Welcome from the TAMIU Advancing Research and Curriculum program. The following video contains footage from the ARC Professional Development Workshop SPSS Tool Tutorial, which was recorded in front of a live audience on April 28, 2021 at Texas A&M International University and hosted by ARC Supplemental Instructor Leslie Hernandez. For ease of watching, we have split this workshop into parts. This is the final of 2 parts of the SPSS workshop recording. It covers the data editor, frequency tables, syntax, graphs, and adding comments when running data in SPSS. Follow TAMIU ARC's YouTube page for more information on research tools, writing, and content on graduate student success.
So what we're going to do now is that we're going to start adding data in our data editor. So I'm going to create a one variable just so that you can see this. So we're going to go into variable. We're going to name it grades just for the purpose. We're going to click on it. You have to select it all like that. You could either click clear or edit, and then you would click clear here, and those are the 2 forms of deleting that variable. Okay, so now we're going to input data. So now in the gender, we're going to insert 1 for female, 0 for male. And we've already created the whole values where 0 was equal to male and 1 will equal to female. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put 0, 0, 1, 1. And for the purpose of this ID, I will have the same as the participant number because I am counting the participants, but sometimes you're going to have something with 5 numbers. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. And so basically the only one that will change is going to be the last number. Depends on your data, but as for now, this is a more simpler way of doing it. Now we're going to go into, let me show you this. There we go. What we're going to do is we're going to put, let's change it. Okay. We don't want any decimals. There we go. So the weight, let's put 89, 105, 130, and 160. For the height, for the purpose of this, we're doing whole numbers. So 5 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet, 7. Yeah, just put 7 feet, I guess. Okay, so now that we already have this, what we're going to do is that I'm going to show you how to get the descriptive statistics and the frequency tables. First, you're going to go to Analyze. We're going to go into Descriptive Statistics, then Frequency. This is what's going to pop up for you. So as you could see, these are the variables that you have in your data set. But this is the label. It's giving you everything. Not only that, it shows you on the side what your label and your variable name. So it's showing you both once you run through it. But what I do is that I change it into, in order for you to change it, you right click, then you could click on display variable names. So then you see ID, gender, height, and weight. And this is the way that we have them up here. You could also put them in alphabetical order. That way, if you have 100 variables, it's going to be way easier for you to find them. You could also do it measurement level wise. This is a nominal one. These are like the scale ones. And you could see here the little difference here. This is the nominal, and this would be the scale. They have different little pictures on it. So I'm just going to go by sort by the file order, which are this way. Which one did you create first? Here we go. So when you want to get the descriptives of a variable. So right now it's showing you all the variables that you have. You would need to move it to the right side. You will need to move only the ones that you want to do the analysis for, or the statistics portion of it for that variable. You could drag to the next side, or you could double click. So if you double click, it goes. If you don't want to, if you chose the wrong variable and you want it to go back, you would just double click on it, or you could press this. So you could drag, or click this, or double click. Sometimes though, depending on what the analysis you're trying to do, it won't let you double click. So you're gonna have to click on this little thing. So now what we're gonna do is go into statistics. Let's do it for gender. Height and weight. Let's see again. Statistics, and this should be the one to pop up. We have different types of analysis. So the dispersions, where the standard deviation, the minimum, the maximum, the variance, the range. The standard deviation is the percentile values for the quartiles, the percentiles, the central tendency, which are the mean, the median, the mode, and some other types of statistics that you would want to have. So what we could do is select the mean, the median, the mode. Let's do standard deviation. You press continue. This will always be selected display frequency tables, and that is what we're going to need. So we press OK, and this is what we see. Okay, so it's going to give you for each one a frequency table, and here we have the statistics. So the statistics for the gender of participant, there's no missing values, and all of them have 4 data that we added to all of them. So for the gender, we have a mean of 0.5, a median of 0.5, a mode of 0, standard deviation of 0.577, a range of 1, a minimum of 0, and a maximum of 1. And we have different statistics for the other 2 as well. When you have, for example, the mode, sometimes it will tell you multiple modes exist, the smallest value is shown. So it's always going to have that. For example, for the gender, we put 2 were males and 2 were female. So you have more than one mode. They only put the smallest value, which was 0, which stood for male, but female, the 1, is also a mode because we have the same amount of people. So it's going to be, remember to always look at your data because you might have more than one modes. And then for example, for this one, 89, for the weight, that one was only put in there once, so then we would also have a mode of 105, 130, and 160. So we would have 4 different types of modes, but they're only showing you the smallest one. And the frequency tables are important, and I'm going to show you what each one represents. So basically, the frequency is just how many of each you had. So in total, we had 4 participants. 2 of them were female and 2 of them were male. Okay, so basically that's what the frequency is. The percent column is based on the total sample size. So we have 50% that are male and 50% that are female. In total, we have 100%. The valid percent is based on people who we actually have the data for. So right now, our data shows that there was no missing values. So the valid percent is going to be the same as the regular percent. Right now, I'll show you what it would look like for someone that doesn't have any missing data. And then the cumulative is just when you add this one plus this one, you would get 100. So basically 50, and that's how much you have right now. And then plus the 25 would be 75, plus the 25 would equal to 100. So now that we know what these are. Again, how many people said 89, 105, 130, 160. So I'm going to show you how it would look like when we delete some of the data. Let's lower this down. Again, this is your output. Let's delete this one. Okay, so now we have those deleted, right? We go again to analyze descriptives, frequencies. You could leave it the same since we are doing the frequency tables and the statistics for all of them. But if you were to only want to do just one, either you want to move them back or just reset the whole thing and just select the ones that you want to. But remember, you're going to have to select variable names again and select the ones that you actually want. And then you click on statistics, again, the median, the mode, standard deviation, range. Press continue. I want to show you something before we continue, and that would be, I want you to open this file, new, and then syntax. Click on paste. Now this should have pop up on your screen. I know the other, when you press paste, it deletes it. So what we're going to do is we're going to select this and click on this green button, which is run the selection. Now we're going to go into our output and our new table should be there. And as you can see, we have those tables, which were the ones that we did in the beginning. And now we have these tables. And right now I'll show you or I'll explain to you what we just did. Let's go back to this where you could see that we deleted for the height, the participant number 2 was deleted. So we could see that there's one missing. We have a total of 4 respondents. One was missing their height. So we have the other 3 that selected 5, 6, and 7. And the percent would be the total percentage of the respondents that we have, and the valid percent is only based on the data that we have available for those respondents. So since we don't have a height for the second participant, then it's not counting it into the valid percentage as the percent. It's counting it in for the missing value and giving you a percent of 100, when in reality that's not the case, because it's also giving you a 25% for the missing value. So whenever you do have missing data, the best percent to look at would be the valid percent. I just wanted to show you the difference. So now we're going to go into the syntax. Let me show you how to do some bar graphs and some histograms so that we could end with this note on the syntax. So now that we've already seen this, we could lower it down. Oh, before we continue, let me see if I could show you. Okay, so you could click on Analyze, select on Descriptive Statistics, and then on Descriptives. This will give you this little thing again where you would want to change it to the name of the variable, then select gender and height. let's see the options that you get. Okay, so as you can see, in the descriptives option, you could still run some of those statistics. It won't give you all of them, but you could select the mean, the standard deviation, the minimum, the maximum, the variance, the range. You won't have the mode and the median on this, but you still have some of the options available. So we're going to click on continue, press OK, and then I will give you to you like this. This is the other way that you had them before, because you had the mean, the median, the mode, standard deviation, the range, the minimum and the maximum. Now you have them going this way. So this is a variable name, the number, the minimum, the maximum, the mean, and the standard deviation. So there's different ways of you getting to the same place. But just keep in mind that this one doesn't give you the mode and the median. Okay, so now let's put this down. So important things for you to know. You will need to choose statistics and graphs that are appropriate for your data. So what does this mean? So when you're looking at nominal data, you use frequencies and bar charts. When you look at scale data, you use the mean, the standard deviation, and a histogram. To create a graph, we go into Analyze, and then we're going to select Descriptives again, and then Frequencies again. Okay, so we're going to reset here. Let's put Display Variable Names, and we're going to select, let's do Gender. So for gender, we know that this is a nominal data, and it would be the one that's showing you the little 3 different colors on the side. So that means that we would choose frequencies and bar charts. For us to do this, we would go into the chart section, and we're going to select the bar one, and it's going to be in frequencies. We're going to click on continue. We're going to click on OK, and it's processing. So for males, you have 2. For females, you have 2 as well. This is a frequency. How many respondents are this gender? How many are they female? How many are they male? Okay. Let's go into Analyze, Descriptives, Frequencies. Same one. Let's go into Charts. Instead of frequencies, let's put percentages. We're going to click on Continue, click OK. Now the percentage is at 50, and at 50 for females as well. So you could either select to have it in the frequency level as how many respondents are this gender, or a percentage. What is the percentage of males? What is the percentage of females? Okay, so this is how you get a bar graph, right? You could double click on it, and here is where you would change your chart. You might want to change the color. Change them to pink. You could change them to whatever color you want. You could also change the names. So instead of percent, you could change it to this. And I'll change it. After you're done with this, let's click close. You close it, and it will give it to you here. It will update automatically. But when you run the charts again, you're gonna have to redo this again. So if we try to get the frequency now, it's still gonna give it to you the same when you run it again. It's gonna give it to you like this. So you might want to copy this one, copy, and then just put it into a Word document once you have it ready. Or you might want to save the output portion of this, but sometimes you won't remember what it's for. So you might want to save it in a Word document and explain either the process or what this graph was for. Okay, so that was a bar chart. Now we're going to do a histogram. Let's put this down. We go into analyze again, descriptives, frequencies. We're going to reset, change to variable name. Now we're doing a scale, right? So that means we would do the histogram. So let's do the weight. We go into charts, histograms. First, I'm going to show it to you like this. We're going to press OK. This is the histogram. It's done in frequency, weight in pounds. Only one for this one and one for this one. It's going to analyze. Frequencies, charts. Now let's put show normal curve on histogram. Press continue. Press OK. And now it's going to show it to you. In case you need it. And here it'll let you know the mean, the standard deviation. Again, if you want to change the options on this, you can change the colors, the chart size, variables. It tells you which one's which. You can change the border color. You click on apply. There you go. Close. They should stay like this. Okay. And it will also give you the statistics for it. The frequency, the percentage, how many people actually answered, how many are missing, also for this one. Okay, so now that we have this, let me go into the syntax portion of this. So we're already done with the graphs. So the syntax is this. So basically what this is just how you got to getting the mean, the median, and the mode of that variable. So it's basically your code. What you want to do is save this if you have been working on your data for months and months and months and months, because you will want to go back and remember, oh, this is how I did this, or like, I don't remember how to do this, but what variables did I use, or what was this for? So we did this. When you go into analyze, descriptives, and frequencies, any type of analysis that you do, it's not only this one. Other analysis, it will tell you paste. It will tell you to paste. And when you paste it, if you have your syntax open, it will take you to the syntax that you have open, and it will add it to that. If you're good at the syntax color coding, you could create your own if you're going to do the same. Like if you want to get the minimum, the max, the medium range. For example, here you could see that it's already given it to you for all three of them: gender, height, weight. Let's say we had only put gender. Well, either you could add those in, height, weight here, or you could copy the syntax, do the same thing, erasing gender, putting height on it, and then copying it again and erasing height and putting weight on it. So you would have three different codes for three different variables, but it's the same because it's going to get the minimum and the maximum and the mean, median, mode for that one variable. So sometimes when you're doing the same analysis for different variables, you won't have to be clicking on everything, going through the analyze, descriptives, frequencies for every single variable. And you might just want to copy it and just change the variable name. I hope this is useful. So for the dark blue, you have procedure names or execution statements. The green stands for statements associated with the given procedure. Red is the options that you have. Gray are going to be comments, and I'll show you how to do those. Black are the variable names or other text that we have. So for you to do comments, before I start with that, what's important for you to know is that these are not case sensitive. You can use all lowercase, all uppercase, or a mixture of both. So your notes are called comments, right? And you could do these in the syntax. So let's click enter, and let's do this. When you write these notes, they're not going to be read by the computer. And you're not giving SPSS a command because those are notes. So Either what you want to do is select these and click run, or you could just click run. Like if you have notes, you could select the notes as well, but it won't run the notes because they're notes. But in order for you to be able to tell SPSS, hey, don't run this, these are notes, there's a specific way for you to start your notes. So for you to verify that your comment will not have an effect on the analysis syntax, make sure that your notes are gray, or your comments should be gray. So there are 3 ways to do this. Start with an asterisk and write, these are my comments. Okay? And you could see that it changes my notes to gray. When you start with an asterisk, you need to end with a period. Okay? So the next one, you see, it's already black. It didn't change to gray. So then that means this is where my comments ended. The next way that you could do this is start with the word comment. Comment. These are my comments. And then you end it with a period. Again, we could see these are black. Compared to these are gray. Again, it ended right here with the period. Or what you could do is do a /, and then you're going to follow it with an asterisk. You see it already started with gray. These are my comments. And then you end it with an asterisk and a / again. Okay, so anything you write past that, it's telling SPSS this is a command, or read this for me. So in order for us to run this syntax, what you do is that you could either highlight and click on the run, and it does this, or highlight the commands and click Control R. And you see, pops it up the same. SPSS has a help forum where they have command syntax reference outlines, and you have all the rules and the writing syntax, and it provides examples for you. And this is basically, you add a document. So if you're more into coding, you could go ahead and do it this way. Basically, I just use the syntax. I don't create my own code. I do my notes. I write, this is how I got the minimum, the maximum, medium mode for gender. And then I did this type of regression for this, and I used these variables, and it gave me this. So on and so forth. That way I could remember what these were for, because sometimes you do understand here, statistics, we have the range, minimum, maximum. Here it says histogram, but sometimes there's too much code that you won't remember what it is. So basically that is pretty much it for the SPSS workshop. Thank you guys once again for being here, and I hope this was helpful, at least for like a start of SPSS. Thank you.